Yeah, and you know what? Not just kind of any gymnastics. We're here at Jump Gymnastics, where we are talking about physical literacy. First of all, what is physical literacy and how can it benefit everybody? That's all coming up next on BT. Stay with us. Good morning to you, Riaz and Jody. Yeah, we are here at Jump Gymnastics, and we are here with Jen. Jen, we're talking about something called physical literacy. So I know what physical is. Obviously, I know what literacy is, but I've never heard them combined together.
It's a new term, and it's a new term that teachers and coaches and parents are using to describe those skills kids need to be confident and capable moving their body in a variety of environments. So that would be on ice, on land, in the water, and in the air.
Okay, but you're talking about movement. I mean, we all remember being a kid. Movement didn't seem to be a problem. We all just moved, we ran around, but they have to be taught these basic things?
Yes, in a short answer. Okay. I mean, absolutely the biggest piece of movement is just getting out and moving your body and being comfortable doing it. But kids also need to be taught the building blocks of specific movement skills that they can apply to different areas of their life. So that would be jumping, skipping, running, kicking, climbing.
Now we're running the kids here right now through a specific kind of obstacle course. Maybe let's start from scratch. What kinds of things are they doing right now?
We break all of the movements down from various different sports. So any sport can be broken down into component movements. So these are what we call fundamental movement skills and some examples of them. So we have some kids over here on the Rainbow Dome. I see Natasha climbing up. It's going to show us some balance skills.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Any sport that you would want to join requires balance capability. So if your kid wanted to grow up and try paddle boarding or snowboarding or skiing or anything that they want to try, they're going to need basic balance skills.
And then we've got some rings happening here as well.
Absolutely. So Vivian has incredible upper body strength. We just love it. But Vivian's showing us a swinging skill. So there's lots of different sports that you need to use different parts of your body to swing. Gymnastics is a great example, or just at the playground.
Well, and we're going to learn a lot more about jump gymnastics and get into specific sports coming up in our next segment, Jody and Riaz. So for more information on jump gymnastics, which again, the age group is from, just quickly,
6 months all the way to their 8th birthday.
Go to the website for more details. And a good morning to you as well. Yes, we are here at Jump Gymnastics, where, Jen, we have initially talked about some of the basic forms of movement, and now we've kind of gone to the next level, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first phase of physical literacy is what's called fundamental movement patterns. We talked about those, but the next phase are fundamental sport skills. So we're going to showcase those, and the summer is such a great time for kids to be learning fundamental sport skills. One, the weather's so great so they can get outside, and two, it's really, there's low barriers to entry. So you can go and you can load your backyard at the dollar store, Canadian Tire, wherever it is, with just a bunch of fun equipment and let the kids play.
Okay, so let's talk about what they're actually doing right now and how that relates to sports.
Absolutely. So again, those sports can all be broken down into different components. So we have these guys on the beam here. The little ones are just working on balancing, but the older ones are going to carry a ball along and practice balancing it. You can try that on the log at the beach, in your backyard, wherever it might be.
Okay.
And here we've tied a big string to the ceiling for us for kids to practice some racket sports. You can do it in your backyard. We use often like an old tube sock with a ball in it and a string, tie it to a tree in your backyard. It's a great way for kids to practice racket sports where you're not pitching to them all day long.
And then we go to hockey.
We move on to hockey. So we get kids just some little sticks. Try different balls, big ones, little ones. Try a football. What happens when you use a hockey stick with a football? Great ways to explore.
Now, are we trying to create the next Tiger Woods or the, David Beckham here?
Maybe, but that's not what you're focusing on at this age. So what we want at this age is kids to explore movement patterns and sport skills with a wide context. Let them play and have fun. That's what's going to keep them active.
And you can do that in your own backyard or your own park, or you can, of course, make your way here to Jump Gymnastics. Either way, for more details, go to their website, Michelle. But this is, sports stars in the making, or kids just having fun. The thing is, just because it's summer break doesn't mean that the learning has to stop or that you start just before school starts up. So imagine taking a specific sports interest of your child and using that to help them academically. We got that coming up next at Jump Gymnastics. Just call me Angel. At thanks very much, guys. And yeah, we've gone from some physical activity and kind of determining interest in sports to a different kind of activity. And this is perfect for the kids in the summer before they get ready to go to school, right?
Absolutely, and even on rainy days when you just can't be outside playing at the park. But we love to be able to link the activity that your kids are learning in the summer, physical activity, and their interests with things that they might be able to take tools into the school system. So for example, your kids just finished a badminton camp. Come on home and do a collage about badminton. Talk about what does the birdie look like, what does the racket look like. These guys are doing just basic cutting and gluing skills, and maybe later they could do a creative writing project to talk about what they really liked about badminton. We could do some math activities with the kids. There's lots you can just download for free. Football worksheets on math, and they can do football counting or basketball counting or whatever it might be. You can go to the public library, take out stories. Maybe your child just finished a swim camp. You can read stories with them about swimming activities or maybe famous swimmers or whatever else is going on.
Aww.
Lots of different learning activities.
She looks very studious there.
Yes.
You know, and then there's the idea of, you know, kids, we talked this a little bit off camera, kids, their immediate reaction is say, no, I don't like this, no, I don't want to do this.
Absolutely. Most kids, and adults, it's our first reaction to new things. So it's great for your kid to try a 1-week summer camp. They don't have to commit for a whole term. Try something new, and then get them to write about it and what they really loved about it afterwards.
And then we got to keep them fueled.
You bet, absolutely. So then you're going to get them to get engaged with what's growing naturally in our community right now. So kids are often fussy eaters, but right now we have blueberries growing in our garden, the apricots and the Okanagan, wherever it is. Get them to pick what they like. Xander.
Very good. Okay, well, for more again on Jump Gymnastics, you can go to their website. But again, Jody and Riaz, it's all about keeping the kids engaged and tying in those interests into something that will get them ready for the next school year. But it's also a lot of fun, right, kids? Yeah? All right. Yeah.
It's also a great place to have a birthday party.
Exactly, and now we are talking about one of the favorite activities of most kids, going to the playground. But Jen, it's all about safety, right? What's Xander doing right now?
Oh, look at that, climbing to the very top of the rope.
Yeah!
So for sure, nice job, Xander. So kids love the playground and they love to play, but parents need some tips about keeping their kids safe. And a lot of parents come to us and ask, no, I'm a bit worried. When do I know my kid is ready to do all those big playground tricks? So one of the biggest things we look at, as Alex is going to show us, landing on your feet. No matter where you are or what sport you're doing, you always land on your feet, especially at the playground. You jump off the swings, you land on your feet.
Woo,
you jump off the slide, you land on your feet. The next big one we talk about is we never get kids to do things that they can't do independently. So don't hook your 3-year-old on the monkey bars and just abandon them. If they can't reach it yet, they shouldn't be doing it on our playgrounds, for sure. If they can climb up and get there themselves, then they're typically good to go.
Excellent.
And the last one is we're always going to teach kids to talk about the risks, so to identify them. So if it's a rock climbing wall, we're going to talk about how is Bella going to get down safely from the top of it, or if they're climbing a pole, or if they're running around and there's metal structures. We always talk about how to identify the risks. So I'd say to Bella, hey Bella, that looks pretty high. Do you know how you're going to get down safely? Or if I have a 3-year-old, I'd say, wow, it really looks like the swings are going back and forth today. Make sure that you don't run into them. A lot of parents just use sentences like, be careful. It's not enough for kids. You need to give them some really practical tips that they know what to look for.
Some great information this morning here at Jump Gymnastics. Again, some great tips that people can use in their everyday lives at home with their kids. Or if you want more information on what they do here, you can go to their website. But thanks to everybody for playing along with us this morning. Yeah, well done, everybody.
Nice work.